I'll tell you about the inception of bottle caps, why they're currency and stuff, right? So I was trying to think of like, okay, we need some kind of something, and initially we were going to do straight up just trading, right? Like I found this thing, and then you have to kind of barter back and forth, and your skill would come into play in the game, and then you would, get something of equal value, right? Didn't quite work, it was clunky, so I was like, all right, well, maybe we could do bullets, because everyone needs bullets, right? But then, quickly thinking about it, I'm like, well, if bullets are actually your currency, then no one's going to shoot their guns because they just want to keep as much money as possible. So I'm like, that's not going to work because I want people to use guns all over the place, right? So, all right. So I was like, well, what about just old paper money? We could like burn it on the edges and everything else and it'd look all cool. And I was like, nah, that probably wouldn't survive a nuclear apocalypse. So it's like, they just all burn up. All right, so what's next? And I was like, well, how about plastic credit cards? It's like, and so people would be like, oh, how many credits is it? And you just drop down a bunch of random credit cards, right? That's how many credits it is. But then I was like, nah, they probably would have all melted and everything else, and they're kind of big and clunky. Yeah. And then I was like, well, what else is there that like could survive the apocalypse, right? And I was like, bottle caps. And the cool thing about those is I had in my mind like a D&D style sack of gold coins, right? And I loved the way they clinked around and everything else. And I was just like, instead of coins, we have bottle caps, right? And I think it was later the idea that like if you got like a Nuka-Cola can and popped it open, you'd get like a free bottle cap. I didn't think of that, but yeah, the idea of like scrounging around for different bottle caps and things and having that as a currency, yeah, that was part of the inception of the game.
That's wild.